Good morning, everyone. Let me know if you can hear me.
Good morning,
You
sir.
can see the screen.
Good morning, sir.
Hello.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
We can hear you.
Good
Thank
morning.
you. So let me talk about second assignment. Second assignment is basically CI2 question paper. Primarily those questions which you haven't attempted or haven't got marks. We had a choice of doing 2 questions and other 2 you didn't have it. You could leave away. So you have to do at least those questions which you haven't attempted or attempted didn't get any marks. You can do more, maybe I can look at, but that is what is expected. So, and again, it has to be submitted in MS Teams. And there's no implementation, no programming. It is a proper answer to be done properly. Write it up, scan it up, and upload. And due date is coming Monday, that is November 30th. Now, let me go over questions quickly, and once we complete this, then we'll probably go to the topic of the lecture today. So let's look at the first question. How many people understood this first question? Anyone like to answer? First A. If nobody answers, then I'm going to pick up names. Avinash,
Yes, sir.
can you explain me what is first question?
Yes, sir. I can explain, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, here we have to find the checksum, sir, of the second
Mhm.
packet, sir.
So how would you approach?
Sir,
When checksum of first packet is given, how do you compute the checksum of second packet? You know, you don't know.
sir, don't know, sir.
Okay, anyone who knows how to do it? Bhavani KG. When I speak the name, you should at least answer. If you don't
Yes.
answer, I'm assuming you are absent. So Bhavani is not there. Bhumika,
Sir, I'm there, sir.
then you should answer.
I don't know, sir.
Then say that I don't know, but don't even respond. Bhumika,
Yes, sir.
how do you do question 1?
Sir, I've attempted question 2, sir. I don't know.
I know you attempt question possible to do, but given that you do, so how will you do in question 1A? Now that you have to do an assignment. And that's the way of telling you to know the topics. What is the difference between packet 1 and packet 2?
Pa-
Yeah, what is the difference between packet 1 and packet 2?
Sir,
The only difference is packet 2 has 4 characters added before the data, prepended. So whatever data you had got, second packet has 4 more characters. That's all it has got. Now can you use the checksum of previous packet to compute checksum for this? Now let me probably show how you can go about it. Assuming that my checksum was ABCD, a previous packet. This was the checksum. And this checksum is, can you see the screen?
Yes, sir.
yes, sir.
This checksum was after 1's complement. So what was the sum of all the values before 1's complement? Can someone tell me? what was the sum of all the fields before one's complement? Because this is one's complement. Aruna,
Sir,
yeah, what would be the ABCD is value after one's complement. So what was the value before one's complement?
Sir, first we have to find hexadecimal of
No.
A, B.
I given you the value after one's complement. Can't you tell me what is the value before one's complement?
sir, we can't see that, sir.
You can't see my screen? Do you see ABCD typed?
Yes, sir, I can see that, sir.
So the value after one's complement. So what would be the value before one's complement?
Sir, complement of ABCD.
So tell me what is the value? That's what I'm asking you.
So 5, 4, 3.
5432. This was the value before one's complement for sum of all data, headers, length, etc. of first packet. Now what has changed from the first packet to second packet? You got 2 more digits, 4 more digits, ABCD. Let's say the ABCD happens to be values as phone number, which I said. So assuming my phone number is 8970, so value would be 38393730. Let's say this is my first 4 digits. So all you need to do is, because for 8, hex value is 0x38. So 893839, this is the data we got added. By adding this data, what also changed? Length changed. How much the length increased? Whatever length previously was, how much length had increased?
4, sir.
It increased by 4. And length is counted twice, not once. So that means either I can do 0004 or I can do 0008. Added length. Everything else would remain the same. Protocol number, the previous data, your source IP port, everything remains the same. Now can you add it up and find what the sum is? So sum would be 9 and 2, 11 and 8, 19. 19 would give you 3, you get carry 1, 3 and 3, 6, 3, 9, 3, 12, which becomes C. Then 4 and 8, 12, and C 19 will again get 3. Carry 1, 6 and 3, 9 and 3, 12. So this is the value you'll get after adding. What would be checksum? If you remove this, this is what the previous values was, this is what you added, this is what the new sum would be. If this is the new sum, what would be one's complement? One's complement would be 3C, and this is the answer. What was needed in question number 1A? It was the simplest question among all. Anyone has a doubt, any clarification?
No, sir.
Bhumika, is that clear? Bhumika, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Is that clear now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, let's move to question 1B. Consider RDT 2.2. One common mistake almost all of you have made. Almost whatever I've seen about 70 answers, expert 1 or 2, everyone made the same mistake. You all start with packet 0 and say this is packet number 0. Is packet 0 sequence number 0, but this is the first packet. So when we say fifth packet is lost, if we're starting with 0, it should be packet number 4. Another mistake is in RDT protocol, packet sequencing is 0101. It is not 012345. Packet number is 012345, but sequence number is 0101. So all we are saying is, what is the difference between RDT 2.2 and RDT 3.0?
Timeout, sir.
RDT 2.2 has timeout or RDT 3 has timeout?
3, sir.
3. So that means RDT 2, you don't have a packet loss. RDT 2.2, you only have packet corruption. There is no packet loss. All you are saying is nth packet is got corrupted and mth ACK is corrupted. When mth ACK is corrupted, you get the packet and you transmit the previous packet sequence number, whatever 1 and 0 is. So if I were to say that let's say, if I take the same case, considering that, let's say my M is 8, and N is 9. I don't know, that's too small for me. Try to increase the font. Can you see that?
Yes, sir.
So if I'm saying my 8th ACK is corrupted and 9th packet is corrupted, so my sequences would be alert packet with sequence number 1, so this is packet with sequence number 0, then sequence number 1, sequence number 0. So let me put it in. This is the first packet that goes in. Then our second packet, sequence number 1. Then our third packet. So for simplicity, let me assume M is 4 and let's say N is 5. Let me assume that for the moment. The third packet, this is the fourth packet. Now we are saying fourth ACK is corrupted. So this ACK is received, but ACK is corrupted. When the ACK is corrupted, what would the receiver says ACK is corrupted? So it's going to transmit this again. It's going to retransmit this again. But now this is the 5th transmission. And because this is the 5th transmission, this packet is corrupted as well. This is corrupted. And because this is corrupted, you'll get what the ACK would be here. See, this ACK is corrupted. And this is packet corrupted. When packet is corrupted, what would the ACK be? Will the ACK be 1 or ACK be 0?
Sir,
Write
0,
it
sir.
2.2.
0, sir.
Correct. This ACK would be 0. So what you'll be getting is here, you'll be getting a ACK 0. And because ACK 0, you'll be transmitting it again. So what you're seeing is packet, first packet, second packet, third packet, fourth packet, and there is still a fourth packet. And then you get the ACK, then 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th. That is what you need to show. And that is what the assignment is. It's not a packet loss, it is corruption. There's a difference between corruption and packet loss. Any questions about 1B now? Anyone?
No, sir.
Excuse,
Yeah, go ahead.
sir. Sir, if the acknowledgement is corrupted, then the after that, sir, packet will also corrupt.
What do you
Sir,
mean? My ACK is corrupted.
yes, sir.
I received the packet, I send the ACK got corrupted because RDT 2.2 only corrupt the packet, does not lose a packet. When ACK is corrupted, sender doesn't know what happened because checksum failed. So it's going to retransmit. So this is a retransmitted packet. Here I am getting an ACK of 0, I am expecting ACK of 1. So this is ACK of 0 means this somehow packet was corrupted. Implies to sender packet is corrupted. So again I retransmit. Avinash, is that clear?
Yes, sir.
So this was the question 1B. Now who would like to explain me 1C? Let's say Dhananjay, Dhruv Jyoti. Dhananjay, are you there? Looks like no. Dhruv Jyoti,
Yes, sir.
can you explain what the question number 1C is?
Sir, I don't know, sir.
Who would like to explain what 1C is? Faria?
Yes, sir.
Can you explain what 1C is?
I don't know, sir.
Can you read and tell me what does it mean? Because then you have to do in the assignment. How would you do in the assignment? And this is the individual assignment. It is not a group assignment. So each one has to upload their own assignment. Question says client and server communicating. When you set up a TCP connection, you choose an ISN. Okay, what is your phone number? Let me explain you that. Let's say the phone number I'm using is, let's say this is the phone number. So I'm saying initial sequence number, what happens here is, if we look at, first you do, so ISN for client, and ISN for server, they were to choose the ISN. Now, when you set up a TCP connection, what is the flag that gets set up? You basically set SYN flag. And sequence number would be the sequence number would be, and when you server gets an ACK, it is going to send SYN and ACK. It said SYN, flag would be ACK, and his sequence would be, and what would the ACK value be? ACK value is one more than what the sequence number is. And then you get SYN ACK. This will have only ACK flag. And sequence number would be and ACK value would be one more than what it received. This is SYN ACK, three-way handshake messages. Faria, is that okay?
Yes, sir.
We have a connection set up, and what we're saying is, I'm using a segment size of 1000 plus X, which is last three digits. Last three digits is 210. So my segment size, which I'm sending, seg size is 1210. So I need to send 5 packets, and I'm in a slow start phase. So I send 1 packet first. I send 1 packet, it will only contain ACK, sequence will be the same, but it has a data of size so what would ACK contain? Let me make the arrows properly, if I can. Server is not sending any data, it's only giving an ACK. So what would the value be? It will only give you ACK flag, nothing else. What the sequence number would be, still one more. What would the ACK value be? Client is sending sequence number 987655, segment size 1210. If you add 1210, the value would be 8 becomes 9.
8860, 8860.
0, it becomes 8, 8, 6, 5. 6, 5 or 7, 5. Yeah, 6, 5. This is what the act would be. Now, because you got the act, in a slow start phase, my conjunction window the moment I get the act, my conjunction window becomes 2. And that means I'm going to send 2 packets now. So I'll send 2 packets. And what the sequence number would be? Sequence number would be 988 65 and data say, and what is the next sequence number would be? Again 1210 here. When at 1210, it would become 9075. And you are sending 2 packets now. When you get the act, conjunction window becomes 4. But now you look at which packet is lost. If packet is lost, I start with conjunction window 1 again. And this is what the TCP transmission you need to do. So you'll get the act, second act. So depending on what the program says, whether the first act is lost or lost, depending on do that and retransmit. And that's how you have to build the, and then finally you do connection closure. Fin message, fin act, fin message, and fin act, the 4-way handshake. So first successful data transfer, then the fin message. If assuming a 4th message is lost, then this is the first message, second message, third message, this 4th is lost. This 4th is lost means I won't get any act, timeout. Then I'll retransmit the conjunction window of 1. And that's how you need to proceed. Any questions about this? Ganesh? Ganesh is not there. Gautam?
Sure.
Any questions about 1C, what I explained?
No, sure.
So to look at what is lost, get an act, so understand TCP. Best is do a TCP session, download a website, run WhatsApp capture and see how does this sequence number and act works. And then you probably much better off to understand the way sequence number really works. Let me move on to next question. Some of you have made a mistake, almost 50% of you made a mistake. Almost 50% people have added 0000 as a padding byte. Let's say who has done that. Let's say Pavitra KK.
Yes, sir.
Did you added 0000 extra as padding bytes?
Yes, sir, I've done it.
Why? When do you add the padding bytes? And almost all of you added padding byte. That means you are referring to some source, some nodes, which is junk. Without understanding what that means, we're simply adding. And ideally you should get 0 marks because you don't know what you're doing. Just copy pasting somewhere. Blind copy pasting, I call it. You use padding byte of 1 only if data size is odd. If data size is even, you don't need any padding byte. In this case, data size is even. And hence you don't need any padding bytes. So padding byte is needed only if data size is odd, and at most you had only one padding byte, not more. Secondly, some of you are done, length is still taken as 000f. I don't know why did you get 000. Just because I use the length f in the class example, you happen to use the same 000f.
Sir,
Yeah,
the screen is not visible, sir.
the screen is not visible. 1 minute. The screen got broken. Somewhere it got broken. Is it visible now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Were you able to see my TCP flow?
No, so only that question paper thing, sir.
When I'm discussing, did you see that screen 1C?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So maybe got in between, that's okay. Now I'm looking at 2A. So question is, because your data is even size, there is no padding byte needed. Second mistake most of you made is, some of you had taken length as F, because I took F in the class example. Class example has 7 bytes. Hence 8 plus 7, 15 become 0. Here my 8 plus 4 is the data size, so becomes 12. So length should be 0C. So understand those minor points. 2B. Most of you have done question number 2 almost by default 95%. And again you made the same mistake. You start with packet 0, but that is the first packet. When the fifth packet is lost, then if starting with packet sequence 0, then it should be packet 4 would be lost and not packet 5. Because you're saying which packet is lost. If M is 5, then fifth is lost. And not packet sequence 5, because you're starting with 0. That becomes packet 6. One common mistake. Second, it clearly says nth ACK is corrupted. ACK is not lost. Almost all of you, 90% of your zone, ACK is lost. ACK is not lost. ACK is corrupted. Now it is up to you to decide, even when you get corrupted ACK, do you ignore it or do you retransmit? And that becomes your choice. If you are not doing a retransmit, you're just waiting for the ACK for implementation, then to say so, even though it is corrupted ACK, for implement simplicity, we are still using timeout and then acted. And once you have, let's say, M is small, one ACK is corrupted, you retransmit, that is counted packet number. So let's say my M is 5 and N is 6. When my fifth ACK is corrupted, I'll be retransmitting the packet and that packet will become 6. And that 6 packet is lost. So that packet 6 again has to be retransmitted. So most of you are just counting with packet 0, 1, 2, 3 and losing 5 and 6, not as per the sequence. So 90% you have given a wrong answer. Just because you got marks does not mean you answered it rightly. I avoided marks based on the spirit at which you understand the basic communication. But to miss the basic part of what is the meaning of corruption, what is the meaning of loss. And that's what you guys did. Any doubts about this?
No, sir.
No, sir.
2C most have done right, few minor mistakes, so I'm not going to discuss this. 3A, a good number of you don't follow the instructions. When you're using a graph, if you don't mention a phone number in the beginning, how do I know your graph is right or wrong? Half of you are not mentioned phone number in the beginning. Then I don't know how do I take it, what graph value you taken. Another mistake is when you choose a node, let's say the example, let's say I choose value f is, in this example, assume my f is 1 and h is 2 and k is 3. Or let's say k is 4, I'll put that in. Assuming f, this B2D is 1, B2H is 2 cost, and let's say D2E is 4. So when you pick up the first edge BD, the B as the first node, you'll recompute. So cost to E would become 3, not 2. Some of you have taken the edge cost and saying cost to E is 2. No. Cost to E is the cost of the path. And there's a few people who made that mistake. Otherwise, most of you have got it right. But given that mistake, I'll skip this. 3B. How many people understood 3B question? And would like to explain what question 3B is. Guys, quick, I'm running out of time. Who would like to answer? Let me go a little from bottom now. G. Yaswant. G. Yaswant is not there. Gagan Suri MS. If I don't get an answer, yes, no, then I assume you're absent. Chandan. Chaitra. All you guys are absent. Bhagwat Gautam. It looks like none of you guys are there. Deva Dikshit. I don't know how many guys are really present now. None of you guys are answering. Anusruti. Aniket. Amravati. Ranjita.
Sir.
Yeah, what is the question 3B is?
Sorry, sir. Don't know, sir.
Can you read and tell me? Don't know, that's not an excuse now. You have the question paper, you should be able to figure out what the question implies.
Considering x as a root and
Yeah, so
d
what
will
is
be
the X value for you? Let's take your
d
case.
d value will be the last number of our USN.
So what is your USN? Last digit.
11, sir.
Last digit cannot be 11.
So my USN number is 11.
What is the last digit?
1.
1. So what is the value of X for you?
So I think 2.
2. So 2 needs to send a broadcast message to all. And the broadcast message has to go to all using reverse path forwarding approach. So that basically means 2 will send a message. So 2 will send a message to 1, 2 will send a message to 3, 2 will send a message to 4, 2 will send a message to 5. When 1 receives it, One is going to forward to 3, one is going to forward to 4. When 3 receives it, 3 is receiving from 1 which is not on a shortest path to 2, because shortest path to 2 is via 2, 3. So when the 3 receives from 1, is going to discard it. Similarly, when 4 receives from 1, it's going to discard it because not a shortest path. When 3 receives from 2, 3 is going to broadcast again to 1, to 4, to 5, and to 6. And all of them are going to discard it because they're receiving from 3, which is not on a shortest path. And that is what you need to explain in the answer. Having chosen 2, 2 will broadcast, send it to 1, 3, 4, and 5. What does 1 do with it? What does 3 do with it? What does 4 does with it? And what does 5 does with it? That has to be explained. Trying a spanning tree is not the answer. What we're looking at is how the forward message is using reverse path forwarding. So you have to say that 2 forwards to both 1, 3, 4, and 5. 1 forwards again to 4 and 3. And both of them were discarded because it's not coming on the shortest path. Similarly, 3 receives it. When 4 forwards it to 6, 6 it is a forward path of 6 is going to forward to 5 and 3. And both of them discarded. So to indicate how the message is communicated and which messages are discarded and which are forwarded. And that is what you talked about, reverse path forwarding. Amravati, is that okay now?
Excuse me, sir.
Go ahead.
Sir, if 6 forwards it to 3, that would be accepted as well, right?
1 minute, somebody is talking behind. Let me mute. Guys, can you mute?
Sir, can you hear, sir?
1 minute. There's too much of a background noise. Yeah, you can start now again, please.
Hello?
Yeah.
Sir, if 6 is forwarding it to 3, sir, would that be accepted? Like
No.
if 6.
Yeah, I think, okay, you're Dhananjay, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So let's say we are taking the case where x is equal to 2. We'll continue with that.
Okay, sir.
When x is equal to 2, 2 forwards to 1, 2 gives to 3, 2 gives to 4, 2 gives to 5. Each of them receiving on a
Yes.
shortest path from 2. So each one will forward.
Yes, sir.
Now 4 forward to 6, 5 also will forward to 6. Now you can decide shortest path from 6 to 2 is either 6 to 4 to 2 or 6 to 5 to 2. You decide which one is shortest path, whichever one. Pick up one path. Assuming you picked up the path 6, 4, 2 is the shortest path. When 6 received from 4, 6 is going to forward to 5 and 3. But when 6 receives from 5, it's going to discard it. So let's say when 6 receives from 4, 6 forward to 5 and 3, because 3 is receiving from 6, and it is not on a shortest path to 2, so 3 would not forward it, simply discard it.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Got it?
Yes, sir. Got it.
So let's move to question number 4. 4A. Who would like to explain 4A? Prerna DS. Pavitra
Yes,
KR.
sir. Yes, sir.
Can you explain question 4A? Have you done it?
No, sir. I attempted 3.
Okay, can you tell me what 4A is? Given that this is the cost, I given you the cost, let's say here. What would be 4A? How would you attempt it? Most of you have not done it rightly. Whosoever done it have not done rightly. And that means you haven't understood the concept. Only one or two people have done approaches rightly. Who would like to explain? Nikita,
Yes, sir.
can you explain how do you do 4A?
Yes, sir. A, B, C, D, F, G corresponds to 7
So,
digits.
so we give, I given you the cost, you can see the cost in the graph. You can
Yes.
see my screen.
Yes, sir. So using distance vector routing, that is Bellman or
So first is, what is the initialization would be? What I've shown you, is it the right initialization or wrong initialization?
so 8. It's the
No, it is not the right initialization, it is the wrong initialization.
it's not.
When you initialize it, D would have only its vector.
Yes, sir.
Rest everything would be in,
Everything else would be infinite.
everything else would be infinite. This is what it would be. This is what would your initialization be.
Yes, sir.
And now D will communicate. Some people made a mistake. They are also maintaining a DV of A. A is not a neighbor. A is not a neighbor of D, so A will not maintain distance vector of A. But it has to maintain the distance of A, but not the distance vector of A. If somebody is maintaining distance vector, if somebody has put in A here, that means fundamentally you are wrong and you will get 0 marks. Now D will communicate distance to B, and similarly B will communicate distance to D, and so C will communicate, and so E will communicate. And then you get back after the first iteration, what you'll get is the following. This is what you'll get after the first iteration. And now you compute the cost. Will the cost of D change? Cost of D would change. Cost of D, A would become 9. Because you look at 3 plus 6, you'll also look at 7 plus 9, and you'll only get from C and B. A you will not get from E. So you look at 6 plus 3, you look at 7 plus 9, so this becomes 9. And because it has changed, D is going to communicate this again to all others. And they get back others. If they get back other, D will recompute. And after decomputation, there will be no change. So typically, graph would stop at the second iteration. And that's what it would be. So first you have to show the distance vector after initialization, then what the first iteration is, what the second iteration is, and explain what it is. And that's the way it has to be done. Last question, same way, you have to look at the graph and using what is called a spanning tree for a graph with join messages. Consider that 6 is what is taken as a center node. If 6 is taken as a center node, let's say 4 sends a message first. Then this becomes join. Now let's say 2 sends a message. When 2 sends a message, it comes to 5. And because 5 hasn't joined yet, it will forward it. So this now when 3 sends a message, now when 3 sends a message, it goes to 5. 5 is already part of the tree. So this message would not go. Sorry. Stop at 5 because 5 already become part of the tree. And next when A will send a message, let's say A sends a message to 2. 2 has already become part of the spanning tree, so this message will go there. This way you have to show the construction of join messages. It's not simply showing a spanning tree, anything. You have to look at whichever way it is, how do the join message travel? And that was the question. So with that, we'll stop. If any questions, please feel free to ask. But again, this assignment is do all those questions which you haven't done or haven't got marks, and to be done individually. And assignment due date is Monday. It has to be uploaded in MS Teams again. Now don't give me excuses, we don't know or something is not working. You have enough time. Any questions, let me know, otherwise we can disconnect. If no question, thank you, we'll disconnect.
Thank you, sir.